We are back for the second race of the weekend for Inters Racing League. This time this afternoon with Tier 3. Scotty here with you once again, and this time got a special guest joined by the current Tier 2 Championship leader, Blurs. How are you, mate?
I'm doing good, bro. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Looking forward to the action tonight. And you probably get a little bit of a preparation for tonight, just seeing how it plays out. As we can sort of see on screen, cloudy at the moment. It will be cloudy for the race, so maybe people might adjust tyre temps just a little bit. But other than that, we're going to have a dry one. Bit of a chaotic one that we saw last night, but Quiet Cake pretty much got the Grand Slam pole, fastest lap, race win, and he did get driver of the day as well. But that's Tier 4 last night. We'll focus on quali now. Blues, who are we thinking that might take out this one?
I mean, you can't say no to the likes of Ducat, X-Verk, Izzy Bro obviously won it. Silverstone looking to maybe go back to back, something I can't do. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, Easy Bro pretty much went from 20th in the championship to P1 in the championship. So he's our current championship leader by about 1 point over Blue Dog. So he dominated, won both sprint races. Last time out at Silverstone, so he's currently out on track at the moment, wanting to get a lap done early. Speaking of the championship, Izzy Bro, as we said, on 32 points. Blue Dog in the Ferrari been super consistent, 31, and Verk on 30. He had a bit of a poor one at Silverstone, but still racked up a little bit of points. So he's currently third in the driver standings. Looking at the Constructors' Championship for Tier 3, Ferrari have an 8-point lead over McLaren, with Aston Martin a further 14 points behind. So a few of the guys lower down wanting to pick up a good result, and we sort of know how Belgium is around here. Can throw out all sorts of different things. Longest track in terms of length, just over 7 kilometers. You've got the 19 turns, and 22 laps will be our feature race tonight, as we do have a yellow flag already out on track. That might just be someone getting out of the way, but what I'm thinking we might do is we'll ride with Izzy Bros. He's coming into the final sector now. And Blurs, would you want to, we'll go on board and you want to follow Izzy Bro on his lap?
Let's do it. Alright. So he's about to come into the bus stop around about now. About to start his lap, Izzy Bro. Down into second. See, taking a wide line to get the most straight corner exit onto the power. Now here he comes down into La Source, holds 7th gear, shifts down to second, and tries to get the straightest exit possible. Now starting to go up the hill, up Eau Rouge and into Rallion. Takes that very pristine, doesn't he, Scotty? Couldn't do it much better myself. Now down the Kimmel Straight we go. Shifts down for third, interestingly.
Yeah, hits about 336 on the back end of the straight. As he comes around, I'll just take over for a minute, comes around turn 8. We saw a lot of action on the last lap in Tier 4. Looks like a bit of the back end slipping out, but managed to get the drive through pretty good through there. And as we go through turns 10 and 11, very tricky. This corner, very easy to go wide and invalidate your lap. There is a Haas on the front, just in front of him, that spun, so hopefully he can get out of the way in time. It's around 12 and 13 now. The right-hander of 14, card off circuit so he can get by. Gordo sets fastest lap at the moment, 43.7. But then you've got the long run in the third sector up to the bus stop chicane. So he'll be trying to... It's flat out, even though we've got 2 corners in the middle of that back straight. Still full throttle. Sticks it in third, does go back down to second, but wants to get the power out. DRS and coming across the line, 44.5. So
Only a 44. Interesting. Gordo must have set like a lap of the gods for that on his first lap, because that's a very quick lap in the 43s.
yeah, exactly.
Already.
I'm wondering if he just had a little bit of just with a couple of cars sort of in his way offline, maybe just sort of putting him off. But as I said, I think it's a decent banker. Like, he's still top 3 at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
As Gilcat comes across the line, he jumps into P4 on a 44.8. Nato Bien, 44.4, so he's jumped into third. So reserving for the Ferrari this week. He was in the Ferrari last week. Had decent pace, but just had a few, got involved in a few incidents. So we'll see how well he can go as the reserve tonight.
Yes, of course, and obviously, interestingly, I don't want to say quite controversially, but not picked up by Tyler in the Red Bull, who had already proven his pace as Tyler took Coolboy, who hasn't even raced this season.
Coolboy did race as a reserve in round 1 at France. Unfortunately, with the DNF. But
that's probably why I don't remember.
Yeah, but interesting pick with Coolboy. But as I said, we'll see how Coolboy goes on, given the full-time opportunity. So he won't want to waste it. Unfortunately, not racing here tonight. But I reckon he'll be back next week, willing to have his first full-time run in the session.
As I think, Sandro's gone round again. I was going to say Sandro had gone round and he's just gone round again.
Yeah, in such an awkward spot too. Turn 14. Just
a lot of cars coming past as well.
That's a McLaren that's around. I think that's Verk that's had a spin. Oh, he's just trying to get out of
he's not beached.
No, he's not beached. He's just trying to get out of the way. A tough section here. Sandro managing to get out without getting disqualified. We did see that last night with somebody having a spin but getting disqualified because they just weren't able to move the car in time. But hopefully that didn't affect these guys on laps, but it may have. We'll go on board with Shadow. He's him to the bus stop chicane now. Coming around the final corner. He's only on a 48, so that spin might have actually affected him, but it is a banker.
Yeah.
But he's
I think Ads is the next one across the line, coming down to the bus stop chicane, obviously Alpine. And takes that quite nicely, I'd say. Coming up to the line, 44.6. Not too bad from Ads.
Yeah, not too bad from Ads. Had a quick word with him just before we went live, and he's feeling comfortable about tonight. Sort of annoyed about how last week went for him. Felt he had good pace at Silverstone. Just got involved with a few incidents and wasn't able to show his full pace. So we get a good quali session. We should see him close to the front, and we'll see how he can go from there. But as we know, this turn 1 around Spa, very tricky, a short run, and then it's just the tight right hand hairpin. So we can see a lot of nose to tail. Oh, and that's a front wing gone off. I think that's Blue Dog. He's hit the wall. Had a mistake coming out of 15.
Second place in the championship, still hasn't set a lap and just lost his front wing. It's not looking good here for Blue Dog at the moment. Hopefully he can get back into the pits and get a new front wing on, and hopefully still get 2 laps in.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
Obviously, really long lap around here, so you're looking at nearly a 2-minute out lap, because you obviously don't want to burn up your tyres too quickly and use a bit of ERS, so it is quite a long turnaround. It's about 6 minutes if you just do one flying run, plus in and out of getting out of the garage, so you can get 3 runs in, but it is touch and go.
Is anyone on laps at the moment? Arch is invalidated. Adza is just on a cooldown lap. I think just got mostly people on out laps, really.
Yeah, exactly. 19 in at the moment. I think Ratbag, I don't think can make it, so we'll find out if we can get another reserve in. But I'll leave that up to the admins with that.
As Lindsay's just gone P7 on a 144.8. Not too bad of a lap from him. Obviously a relatively unknown driver for Inters.
Exactly, but yeah, we'll see how he goes tonight. A lot of guys on their outlaps at the moment. As we got a yellow flag, that is ads just with the low fuel. So it did see his fuel light flashing before he crossed the line, so I figured that might have been the case. As we got NATO Beyond just starting a lap. Easy Bro has taken Brady on, so he's down the back straight. So yeah, Easy Bro definitely
Two
got
tenths up.
Yeah, so he's found a lot of time. So just taking the banker early. Bompton looking good in P2 at the moment, but Gordo missed last week in Silverstone, so he'll be looking to catch up the ground that he lost last week. Actually, same as Bompton too. Bompton missed last week as well, so top two in terms of speed. They're back on the grid, so Easy Bro may not have it his own way this week.
Yeah, definitely. And then you got a couple drivers in front of him, obviously. His teammate for tonight, NATO and Verk, definitely still on quicker times. And I think you haven't seen all of people like Cab or like a Tetris that are very quick. So I guess we will see.
Yeah, Easy Bro up by half a second, which will put him into P2 currently, purple middle sector. So he'll try and take the bus stop. So if he's got a bit more time there, he may get close to the 43.7 that Gordo set. But Gordo's improved it by half a tenth. Will that be just out of reach with Easy Bro as he crosses the line? Oh, he goes at 43.7.
Very, very close. Flipping the top two.
Yeah, exactly. Gordo needed that improvement. Otherwise, Easy Bro would have been on pole position. So, decent lap from Gordo. So, he's definitely got speed, setting 43s in both his lap times. So, Easy Bro right behind him. Here we got Burke, the McLaren. So we'll
just
see
under half a tenth up for him.
Podium in the first round at France, but as we said earlier, not the round that he wanted at Silverstone. A couple of got caught up in the lap 1 incident in the feature, which dropped him back and just couldn't quite make it through the field enough. But he's currently 10th and a half up, which will be close to the third place Bompton, who's in the pit lane at the moment. So he'll wait for his final run a little bit later on. As he comes around to the bus stop chicane now. Very important to get these final 2 corners right. You can take a lot of curb, but it can upset the car, but he invalidates.
It's unfortunate.
And that would have been a 43.9. It would have put him in the third. It would have jumped Bompton. But he does have time to get back and put on his final set of softs.
Yeah, and as I alluded to before, IRL Tetris and GUCAT gone up to 5th and 7th respectively. So definitely good laps by the AlphaTauri boys.
Exactly. Yeah, the GUCAT was showing good speed last time out in Silverstone as well. Just had a couple of spins from memory, so probably didn't get the result that he wanted as well. But as we'll see, a lot of these guys I know are fans of Belgium. So a fair few of these boys will be very confident. Deadly Fuller puts the Merc into P9 on a 44.7. So fairly close in the midfield. But obviously the 2 out in front, just a bit too much pace at the moment. Oh, JJ's had a moment.
As we have retirement.
Is that a retirement on track? It is.
I'm not sure. No one's really very close at the moment.
Yeah, I know. It's just before the bus stop. Oh, and who's
gonna hop
that?
on board with Staines.
I was just going to say, Nato Bjarne's had a spin at the chicane after the first sector. So he's had a bit of a spin on his outlap, which doesn't help him.
Really, I didn't see the Mercedes on Staines' screen, so not too sure what happened there.
Yeah, just saw it at the end, just switched, but...
Hey boys, sorry for interrupting. Can you guys invite Ratbag, please?
Sorry, inviting who?
Ratbag.
Oh, Ratbag, yep. No worries, I'll let Blues do that, and we'll follow one of the other guys on a lap. I think everyone's pretty much on flyers, or just completed a lap. Shadow looks to be on a lap. So currently 18th. Hasn't really set a competitive time yet. So we'll see how he goes into the final chicane. Just goes a little bit deep, which hampers his run out of the final corner. Activates DRS. He does improve by 2.5, but sets 18, and bloody who cares, he loses it at turn 15 on the exit, which is fairly easy. To do. If you go a little bit a little bit too wide on that curb, can easily shot you back across, or it's even just without touching that curb, just getting on the traction on the accelerator just a little bit too much can spin you out, and as we saw last night, can cause a little bit of a blockade, and you may not be able to get out of the way in time.
As NATO Bayern is on a lap. Yeah. I believe he's not a flying lap, yes.
He is. He did have a spin on his out lap, so hopefully it hasn't cost his too much damage to his soft tyres. As we know, obviously a super long lap around here.
Yeah. Ooh, touch that inside curb. Surprised he didn't spin there.
Yeah, very dangerous to touch the inside curb. More often than not, you are going around there. But nice line through the chicane there, taking exit at the exit curb there. A little bit twitchy there. He is up half a second, so he may get into the 43s as well, which will put him on the second row. But has he got a lot of time to find in the last couple of corners?
As Bopton in third place has retired just behind NATO. I mean, not retired, sorry, invalidated behind NATO, so he will be staying where he is.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. I think we haven't got a lot of time left as well. NATO Bjorn, he does improve. He lost about a tenth out of that final sector, but he's still on the second row just behind Bompton. So very close in terms of the front rows. As we've got...
As Richo has got a 5-place grid drop.
Stans is at the final corner off track. He's just waiting for cars to go, but I assume he's going to get an invalidated lap. So he's got to be careful, but he's got a lot of people that are trying to get past. He does. He doesn't have the red line, but I don't know how much grip he's going to have this first sector. We'll keep an eye on that if he can improve. But, yeah, Richo, he's in the pits, so, yeah, definitely contact between them. Easy Bro won't be improving, so he'll remain second. Just saying in the chat, controller disconnected, hit wall, so no pole attempt for him. So unfortunate for Easy Bro, but luckily for him, he's still on the front row, so he can still do some damage from there. So I think we've got the Aston Martin of Chriso. He's invalidated his lap, so he's not going to improve, and he's only down in 15th spot, so not the best place for him.
Yeah, definitely not. As I'm on board with Bopton, he didn't validate the first step, but he must have enough... Oh, he doesn't have his ERS on.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough. I think he's out of fuel, so he's done for third. We've got another spinner. Who's that? That's one of the Alpines, and that's Ads, unfortunately. He was looking good.
Oh, no.
He's got time to get out of the way so he doesn't block 14 and 15. As Lindsay goes past him, he sets a purple middle sector, and he's up by half a second. So that will bump him up right into the top 10.
And Verk is 3.5 up right now, going down that long straight.
Yeah, and they'll
into
put him
Blanchimont.
Yeah, they'll put him in the 43s and fit into that gap very nicely. Lindsay maybe a little bit too deep, or had a bit of a snap coming out of the final corner, but he should still be up. He does lose 3/10 on that lap though. Quickly switch to Verk. Lindsay's in the top 7 though. Verk, he gets pole.
Verk goes fastest.
And he just gets it. So gets the lap.
And
Yeah.
Battlecat's invalidated. Tetris isn't going to set a quicker time.
And I think that's
Anyone else? I think that's it for qualifying.
Sandro is on a lap, but he's got no front wing, and he's on a 2-minute lap, so wouldn't imagine that. So Verk, from the death, gets pole, but he only just gets it by 7/1000ths of a second.
And then another 19 1,000ths to Izzy Rowe.
Ooh, this is going to be a fascinating race with those gaps, and even from Bompton, Nato Bjarne, the gap between them's only 400ths. So
Yeah.
plenty of tight gaps in this field, but yeah, Verk, as I said, I think he'd be pretty frustrated from last week in Silverstone, so he wants to make up on it, and he's done the right way to start to overhaul that. So he'll start from the front row, but he's got Gordo, the man that he fought in France, right beside him.
It's going to be an interesting start to the race, I've got to say.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm very excited.
Info from MASH, Gordo was 2/10 up, so a late mistake in his run did cost him pole position.
Seems like a lot of people are making mistakes as we have 2 5-place grid drops for Tetris and Blue Dog. Oh, and Rico, sorry, not Blue Dog.
Yeah, so that was obviously the incident that we saw earlier on. So Tetris will drop outside the 10, and Richo, unfortunately, will drop towards the final couple of rows. So Staines will actually jump into the 10 with that, but within that, as we'll take just results of there, but Vert, Gordo, Izzy Bro could only be separated by 300ths, but Vert gets the job done. And scrolling the way down the list, as we said, Deli Fuller did get the 10th spot, about a second behind, and then rounding out the final couple of spots, Bloody Who Cares, Shadow, and then Sandro couldn't quite get a lap in, had a few mistakes on that run, so. But that was an exciting quali. Didn't know who was actually going to steal it, but what are we thinking for the race, and what strategy will these guys possibly go on? So, as we load up, so 22 laps. Be interesting to see which strategy these guys will go on. Let's not forget there were 2 safety cars last night, lap 4 and lap 18. So some guys went medium to hard for the first stop, and then hards all the way to the end, and then some people on that lap 18 stopped for softs. So it worked out for some, but not for others. So be very interesting to see what people go.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do, to be honest. I'm still tossing up my strategy, and I haven't even started the race yet, so. Let's have a look on the formation lap. What do people have gone for?
So I'll bring that data up now, and bit of a medium stint is the majority of the drivers have gone for, but as we can see, 6th to 9th have gone the hards, and then JJ and Christo at the back. Oh, Nato Bjarne's been disqualified, and he hasn't even gotten around turn 1, so expect him to absolutely boat away from the start, so just be wary of the drivers behind, that he may not get away well. So yeah, super unfortunate for that. So he'll be 70-degree tyres and absolutely struggling. So him taking Overusion Radeon may be interesting.
And I believe he's on no TC as well, so he is going to spin.
He just needs to keep it clean. The rest of the guys have been able to keep it on the track, which is good. But yeah, who's your money on for tonight? It's going to be very tough to pick, I reckon. As we go through the middle sector, Burke sort of getting a bit of a gap from the field, as a lot of the other guys are further back.
Yeah, it's a bit of a big gap from first to second, and then even second to third is a bit of a gap.
Yeah, Verk definitely wanting the quicker formation lap, getting a bit of tyre temp. But I said, Gordo working his tyres very hard. Oh, and he has a bit of a spinning into the wall. So thankfully there is no damage. Unfortunately for him, we caught it. And that might have been a bit of commentator's curse on my behalf too, saying that he was wearing his tyres, maybe a little bit too much from what he wants. He doesn't have to do anything too stupid in terms of trying to get those positions back, as everyone will now be ghosted on the grid. Give him a little bit of extra temp as he files his way through. No one has actually missed their line yet, as we've got the Haas, just the last driver, all Staines.
Oh.
Staines only one missing, but...
Oh, and Sandro.
Yeah, exactly. But all cars are in their grid slot now, and the lights are on. So Burke and Gordo, who can lead into turn one. We've got 5 lights, and they're out and one away, and it looked like Burke had a really good start, and the Red Bull behind. Easy Bro thought about it, but his second part of the getaway wasn't great, as there's absolute carnage in the background.
Carnage, bro, at the back.
Absolute carnage. As we got that, no one's DNF from that incredibly, but that's a lot of debris on the track, and we've got a virtual safety car. And Sandro picks up a 5 seconds. So we saw in the background, I think it must have been Gilcat. I think he was the one that possibly got turned, and then just the blockade from everybody behind had nowhere to go.
Yeah, it looked about from 6th to 7th back that there was a massive incident.
Yeah, and Staines gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag. I don't think that he was meaning to do that, but he'll have to serve that penalty. As we get all the stats on, we'll have a look at penalties. Yeah, all 3 at the back have 5-second time penalties, so they'll have to be served. But looking at that, they'll have to also get front wings. As we're still in the virtual safety car, Burke got a brilliant start off the line. I thought Izzy Bro was going to follow him and get past Gordo, but Gordo just had the better second part of the jump, as we are green flag now. And looking at Izzy Bro right on the back of Gordo, so he had the better restart.
Yeah,
oh, there's a spin, and that's Shadow. He moved up to 8th, but unfortunately he's had a spin, so he's got front wing damage, so he'll have to be in as well. So super unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo driver, as we're on board with Richo, and we got Deadly Fuller and that at the end. Yeah, it's going side by side, but they've sorted themselves out. We got quickly jump up to P3. His bro was very close behind. As we got a lot of passing in the midfield. Arch has no front wing, so he's going to have to box. So we'll see how many of these guys have to box. Deadly Fuller's in. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot. Oh, and who's that?
Ads has spun.
Oh, so that's his second spin of the night. So he hasn't got damage, but have a look at how many had to come in for front wing change.
Wow. As NATO goes onto the softs, interestingly enough.
Oh, and that's Gordo. Gordo's hit the wall. He's out.
Wow.
So what has happened there? Has he had contact with Izzy Bro? Because we know those two were close on track.
Yeah, that is on a straight part of track as well.
Oh, that is, yeah, he's not going to be happy about that if there was contact, or because it's a weird place to lose it as well. Because you pass the curve, as we're right on board with Deadly Fuller at the moment. So you can see it's not a place. It's, as you can see, the slight right hand. It's not a place that you'd lose it. It'd have to be contact. We'll have to obviously wait and see if there's a steward's report. But surprisingly enough, no safety car. So we're back.
Yeah.
So we're back to green flag.
As Burkers seem to pop out a bit of a gap to Izzy Bro now. Same with Bopton. It's about a second gap between the top 4 between each other. But Izzy Bro's burning, or is managing to get back into ERS. He's burning a bit.
Another yellow flag. Oh, and that's
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 Bopton.
Bompton. So we've had
He has no wing.
Yeah, we've had 2 of the 4 leaders of this race so far. We've only gone 2 laps, and we've lost 2 of the top 4. And Bompton, that definitely looked like just a mistake, as we said in quali, just getting either on that curb or just a little bit too aggressive on the accelerator. And he's gone around and he's going to have to box for a front wing.
Yeah, we haven't even comms crossed anyone yet, and everyone's just spinning.
Yeah, well, now we can mention DRS is now activated, so now we'll start seeing some moves, but with this pack already spread out as much as it is, we might actually need a safety car just to have a bit of excitement. Bloody Who Cares is in as well, so he's got damage.
Seems like I think over half the grid has boxed now, or DNF'd.
Yeah, I'm right on board with Blue Dog because he's the closest of making an overtake using ERS. DRS, does he go for a lunge? He does. Will the Haas leave him room? He does. I think Blue Dog just sort of backed out of that a little bit. Oh, and the Haas in front spun. So Lindsay Games has spun around. Luckily enough, didn't hit the wall. But no one...
Oh, and he comes on. Oh.
Yeah, that was a dangerous rejoin. Christo just got away with the pass. But Lindsay's, he's recovered as we've got... I think that's Staines. He's around at the first corner as well.
Yeah, unfortunate for the man returning.
I know it's not. It doesn't look like it's raining or cloudy, but it just seems like this track has no grip at the moment.
Yeah, Karama's put in the chat, who put ice on the track? I think that's a pretty fair comment looking at the race so far. Half of the grid has spun and had to box.
Oh, I just read from Mash, Gordo's wheel disconnected. That's why it looked weird.
Wow.
He's obviously disconnected and it just gone him straight into the wall. So that's super unfortunate for Gordo. He was definitely one of the favourites to win this race. So second time we've had either a wheel or a controller disconnect. So yeah, just one of those weird things, but unfortunately happened to him at the wrong spot.
Izzy Bro and Verk are within within a second of each other, so maybe Izzy Bro can go for a move, as we had another spinner. Who was that? Richo Jr.
Yeah, that's his second spin, unfortunately, I believe, but Izzy Bro just lost DRS actually coming out of turn 1, so Verk and Izzy Bro have about the same ERS, so they haven't had to burn it, and with the spins and the incidents behind them, they've actually got a decent gap to Blue Dog in third, and Blue Dog's sort of on his own at the moment.
Yeah, and then it's a bit of a gap back down to Christo and Blue Dog, it seems. So
oh, and there's
the front two seem to be running away with it.
Exactly. I was just going to switch back to a bit of carnage down, or you don't want to go too side through here. Oh, Shadow having the wrong line. That's forced the Mercedes off track. I don't know if you should probably give that position back, but I don't think he will. Yes, he is. He's going to give the position back. So game probably told him that. So these guys at least have sorted themselves out. So no mistakes. Shadow just struggling with the line. Deadly Fuller, he's going to go up the inside here. He will get the job done beforehand. Will Shadow sort of hanging around the outside? Move. He won't. But yeah, good move from Deadly Fuller and Tetris. He's going to be the next one. He's on those hard tyres. Oh, and that Shadow goes
Shadow's run a bit wide. Is Tetris going to go for the move here? Oh.
He does, but Shadow leaves him room, but that sort of forces him off track and allows 3 more through. As we got another yellow. No, that's just Shadow's car off track, so he's right to go. But Shadow just having a bit of a tough lap this lap. As we got Sandro Pro, he's spun around.
We another spun, yep. Sorry to cut you off, Scotty, but we have been requested to show the position changes.
Yep, I was about to get to that because I'd imagine there's a fair bit. Christo up 10 positions, Blue Dog up 8. So they've been the biggest movers, and I reckon turn 1, lap 1 was a big part of that. But again, I said that the Aston Martin driver is 15th. On the grid, definitely not the quality that he wanted, but he got a bit lucky and avoided all the chaos, so he's in for a really good result. And he just needs to just slowly chip away at Blue Dog. Doesn't need to hurry this. We've still got 17 laps around this track. As Lindsay and JJ fighting.
Yeah.
Lindsay having a bit of a snap. Yeah, exactly. I will go stops, and as you can see, with lap 4, lap 5, only the top 7 have yet to stop, and Shadow in 14th. Everyone else has had to at least stop once, which, without a safety car, is pretty amazing if you think about it.
Yeah, it's only lap 5. Most people don't start boxing till lap 10, so...
Yeah, so I'm thinking a lot of guys that are on the hard tyres who have box will try and make it to the end. But the medium tyres, they're going to be a super stretch, so they may be just going for a double medium stint. But we'll follow...
Yeah, it's going to be quite tricky.
Yeah, but we'll follow Arch at the moment because he's right behind Tetris, both on the hard tyre. Even a little bit. He's got 10% less than Tetris, but just having a lot more speed through the corners in this middle sector. So he's going to look for a move at the bus stop, I'd imagine. Yeah,
and JJ and Lindsay are still very close. Seems maybe JJ might have tried to make the move on Lindsay, and Lindsay just managed to keep the spot back. Oh, it goes quite deep into turn 1, does JJ.
Yeah, so that's going to hurt his run through down to turns 2 and 3. Does the McLaren have a go? Not quite. Sandro Pro around again at turn 13.
Yeah, just not his night tonight, it seems.
And you can easily get on the curb at 13 as well. Just want to take aggressively taking that curb, and just not quite getting it right.
Yeah, I am a victim of doing that. I do that too often.
Yeah, just sort of the nature of the track. Noto Bjarne, as we said, went to those soft tyres, so he's wanting to move up to some positions. He currently does have the fastest lap on a 47.7, about half a second quicker than our leader at the moment. As we do switch back, and as I was on board with him, he did pick up a 3-second time penalty. So that will hurt him at the end.
As Izzy is very close to Verk right now, only 2.5 tenths. Well, Izzy he is burning.
Exactly, got the same amount of ERS they've both been saving. So this isn't going to be easy for Izzy Bro. Depends on what their setups are like. Everyone should be pretty much running single-digit wings here, I reckon. Wouldn't be far off from that.
I'd be concerned if they weren't.
Yep, exactly. But is Izzy Bro just happy to stay behind Verk at the moment?
Seems like it.
Yeah, currently 9 tenths off his fastest lap at the moment. So, as
another
I think,
spinner.
Yeah, Mercedes a deadly fuller. He's had a spin. He was in the 10.
And NATO as well.
Oh, and he's facing the wrong way. He's going to have to be careful about the rejoin here. Oh, he's been disqualified. Yeah, he was just creeping a little bit backwards on the track, and as soon as you do that, the game's going to be very strict on you about getting that disqualification.
Yeah,
just
that's unfortunate.
Hoping that car doesn't come back on track.
As we have a safety car, I believe.
Oh, that's interesting. Throwing out the safety car for
disqualification.
Yeah, interesting. So, I reckon all guys on the medium tyres that haven't boxed will come in and box.
Yeah.
So, expect the likes of Christo, Lindsay, JJ, ads to come in. I reckon they'll... Oh, sorry, not those two. They'll possibly stay out because the mediums won't go that long. But Verk, Izzy Bro, Blue Dog will definitely come in. Richo is the first one to have stopped on the medium tyre. So whether he'll chuck on another set of medium or go back to his hards. But yeah, so time for us to have a little bit of a break because I think we need it after those chaotic 7 laps.
Yeah, it's been non-stop.
Yeah, but Verk and Izzy Bro, they've been the 2 top performing guys, and unfortunately they lose the massive gap that they had to Blue Dog.
Yeah, and this just kind of shakes up the whole field with, if you're someone like Lindsay Gamer, JJ or Ads, do you box and do you stay out and try, hope for another safety car, or do you box and try rest the mediums to the end?
It's a hard call because 15 lap on the mediums, it'd be possible, but do you have the life in them?
Yeah, especially when the...
As we thought, so top 2 will be in. Blue Dog, I reckon, will be in as well. He does come in, but what about the hard runners that haven't boxed? Will they come in? Yes, they are. Christo's coming in. Lindsay stays out, interestingly enough. JJ stays out. What about Ads? Does he stay out? He does.
Does. I would stay out personally
So
as well.
so Christo's playing the gamble and going the medium tyres to the end. He'll be good off the restart, but it'll be the last 5 laps compared to the hard runners. But then again, he might be playing for the safety car as well. As Blue Dog, does he beat Ads out? He doesn't. So he would have
Oh no, Ads has to give the position back to him.
Alright, so that's good to see from Blue Dog's point of view. So he's only got JJ behind, sorry, JJ in front of him to the top 2, but Lindsay, he'll be leading this restart. So it makes it interesting to what Verk and Izzy does. Like, how quickly does Verk can get past Lindsay, and does Izzy take advantage of it?
Yeah, this race has just been chucked on its head now.
So I reckon we'll have 3 long laps of the safety car, being that this field was so spread out just because of the incidents that we've seen in the first few. Penalties, Sandro is the only one that has a 3-second time penalty. And if we look at the stops, Ads, JJ, Lindsay, the final 3 that have yet to stop. But they're going to go long, and they may possibly go super long and put on the softs at the end, or just hope for a safety car.
Yeah, if I'm someone like Staines or Tetris or Arch, I'm just hoping for a safety car at the end.
Verk's left the session, so we'll see if we can get him back in.
I believe there is an invite in the chat.
Yeah, if you want to just
sent out.
Yeah,
but I can try send another one.
Yeah, if you want to send him another one, that'd be great. Because yeah, he's in a really good position at the moment. We want him to have this great battle with Izzy at the end, as we've still at the moment under safety car towards the end of lap 8. So we've still got 14 laps to go of this race, and it's already been hectic. We had pretty much a blockade at turn 1, lap 1. That surprisingly enough, no one DNF'd, but we had about 8, 9 drivers come in for a front wing change, because that's how chaotic it was. And then lap 2, as Burke does rejoin, which is really good to see. And lap 2, we had a couple more cars come in, so definitely not the race. And I reckon a few of these cars may have some side pod damage or underfloor damage, so that's why we might be seeing some more spins than usual, because it's just hard to control this car if you've got either rear wing damage or side pod damage, and depending if it's bad enough. But majority of the train has caught the field. Oh, and that Sandro Pro, he's gone having a spin under safety car, trying to catch the back of the field. So we'll see if he's got any more damage, but he's currently on 2 stops at the moment. Well, we see him in for a 3rd, and we're not even one half of the way through this race. So it's got to be very tight to see if he can catch the back of this safety car. Does he come in? No, luckily enough he hasn't got damage. So I'll quickly switch to Burke and just see if he is back. That doesn't look like...
I can't seem to get him an invite. I don't know why.
He did rejoin. He did rejoin. So okay, I did see that. So hopefully he's right.
Yeah, he seems to be warming his tyres. So I think he's okay.
Yeah, all good. Do you want to let us know about warnings for the top 2? So Burke and Izzy if they've got any warnings at the moment.
Go see any warnings. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, Verk has 1 warning so far. I can see. Izzy does he have any? Verk is on 2 warnings.
So he'll definitely have to be careful. Safety car should be in at the end of this lap, you'd imagine. I haven't seen the call yet. That Haas at the back should catch the train, so this might be a late call. It is a late call. So Lindsay will have to let the safety car get away, so he can't go too early. Still got a fair bit of speed, still doing nearly 200 kilometres an hour down this straight, so I have to be a little bit careful. The game will reduce his speed if he does catch up to it. But on board with the leader, Lindsay still has to stop. As we can see, as I'll get the tyre back on, so he's going to take the wide entry and go. So he has, but Izzy Bro took the wider line, so he's hoping for a move on Verk. But top 3, top 4 have managed to get the gap. Oh, Izzy Bro goes, Verk goes a little bit wide. Single file around the back. So on board with Verk, so will he think about a move on Lindsay? Probably not the best exit from Verk, so will Izzy Bro think about a burning and a couple of the guys in the back pick up penalties?
Verk's going for a move down the inside. Lindsay's going to stick around the outside, has the inside line for the next corner. Verk has gone very wide. Izzy Bro on the outside makes the move. What a move by Izzy Bro there.
Oh, and that's a dive bomb from JJ.
Oh, sticks it to Verk. Verk's going to have the inside for the next corner though. As JJ's trying to stick it around.
Oh, and that's a throw around. That's Blue Dog. So,
somehow is not DNF'd.
It'd be interesting to see if he's got damage, but
Izzy Bro's got into the lead as well.
Yeah, so he's sort of watching Blue Dog. So Izzy Bro's taken advantage and got Verk when he made his little off-track excursion, and then got past Lindsay as well on those fresh set of hards. So Lindsay takes the lead of this race. Still got 12 and a half laps to go. Bloody who cares? Picks up a 3-second time penalty. So Verk needs to get back into his rhythm, get past the Haas drive, and then catch his rival. Otherwise, Izzy Bro might have just clinched the win on the 10th lap.
Yeah, I think Verk is very close to Lindsay right now.
Definitely needs to get these started. I'll quickly jump down to Richo because he's having to defend from Bompton on the medium tyre. So Bompton looking to get a better exit. It wasn't exactly great. Richo looking for the move on the AlphaTauri. Not quite close enough. As the gaps stay the same, I'll quickly jump back up to Verk.
Verk is looking to make a move. Oh my god.
Let's go side by side. Give me a good camera angle. Oh, they still go side by side. Lindsay gets a better run up the hill.
But this could let JJ in on the party.
Yeah. Verk, I reckon, is going to burn. He's burnt a lot of ERS. He needs to get the move done. He does. Will Lindsay have a bit of a fight back? He won't. He'll sit behind. Oh, and
Christo's gone for the move on Ads. I think Ads closed the door on him there. Oh, and he spun Ads. Oh, what has gone on there? I think Christo's ran to the back of Ads there.
That might be something the stewards will have to have a look at it. But
and Ads is beached.
Oh no. So we'll see if we can do that. Blue Dog and Richo side by side. Blue Dog gets the move. So he hasn't got damage after his incident at this point, the last lap. So, and
Bompton is going for a move on Arch.
Gets it done. Arch goes a little bit wide, so that might let Blue Dog have the better run into 11 and 12. Arch still behind, but Blue Dog currently second in this Drivers' Championship at the moment. Very lucky to keep it on the track and not having no damage. As we see, disqualified from the session. Got beaten, that's a Mercedes. That's Deadly Fuller going around. Will the cars miss him?
Yes, they seem to have...
safety car. So that definitely needs to be one because that car's in the middle of the track. But turn 15 has caught another driver out.
Yeah.
All cars missing. Safety car. Lindsay and JJ, they're in. So
Staines is in.
So Lindsay, this is his perfect time to come in and pit. So he'll be on the medium tyres and they'll be on for about 11 laps, but with 2 or 3 of them under safety car. So he's actually looking good, but he will be, I'd say, at the back of the train, but we've got still 6 people coming in for a pit stop. A lot of guys switching over to the medium tyre.
Yeah, and they'll be good to go 10 or 9 laps of actual racing. They'll be good to push all the way to the end on these, while some of the hard guys may have to save their tyres still.
I was going to say, I hope you're taking notes for tonight, but I don't know if you can take notes for a race like this.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that the Tier 2 boys are a bit cleaner.
Yeah, there's definitely been some good racing, but we've had a few spins on their own, and then just turn one lap one's always a little bit carnage. If there's contact with two cars in the mid pack, no one has anywhere else to go, which is unfortunate. But Blue Dog, after nearly hitting the wall, I think he did hit the wall. He's in P4 still, so he won't.
I thought he was going to DNF.
So did I.
I thought he DNF'd.
So he's back. He's right to go. He's behind Bompton. So Bompton's actually made up a lot of ground on that safety car restart. So another check of the position changes. Richo and Shadow up 12 position. We know Shadow's been around once. I can't remember if Richo's been around once, but they've been the biggest movers so far in this race, up 12. Blue Dog up 7, even with that mistake that he made. Bompton up 1. Burke sort of had that bit of an issue on the restart. Izzy Bro got back past him, but they are now side by side. So we'll be able to watch that battle again. The Haas catching the back, but I don't think the safety car, I think, has to go another lap. So we'll just wait and see. I'll just stay on board with the leader just in case. Yeah, I think we'll go around once more.
Yeah.
Let these drivers just settle back into a little bit of a rhythm, but
I think that's my cue to go get a drink.
yeah, I don't actually blame you for that.
Oh, my fridge is only about 2 meters away from my setup, so...
Well, that's good. I will have a look at stops and just see how many people have actually made how many stops. It's either 1 or 2 stops at the moment. Zando Pro has made 3. And being that it's a 50% race and you're thinking about only making 1, a lot of these drivers are already making 2. And we've still got 10 laps to go. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see another safety car. Hopefully we don't, but looking at the tyre, Lindsay, P9 on the fresh set of medium tyres, they'll be right to go to the end. How aggressive would you be if you were Lindsay, just trying to carve through these hard runners at the start?
I'm not sure. Where is he? P9. Got a couple of seasoned veterans in front of him, so they're not going to make it easy for him, but I think Lindsay might have the pace to get through.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, safety car should be in this lap, but yeah, he'd be definitely one to watch Bompton on those medium tyres. He got the gains, and why is that? I think bloody who cares. Oh, he's had a spin under safety car. He was looking good too in the 10, but that's going to drop him to the back. I was going to say if the safety car was going to stay another lap, he'd box for a new fresh set of mediums, but unfortunately I reckon he'll be in this lap, so he won't be able to. So super unfortunate for bloody who cares. Still plenty of laps to make up, but on the slower tyre and at the back, oh actually I think he's got wing damage, so never mind. He's missing a complete front wing, so he's going to be about 30 seconds behind this pack. Unfortunate for him. So he must have ridden that curb at turn 5 on the inside. Very easy to spin it there, but yeah, that looks like a curb issue, so I don't know why you're running super close to the curbs. But as I said, we'll see how we go. Safety car is in this lap, so it's got to be Izzy Bro this time round. Verk in second, but he's got a different car in front of him.
I am very excited. I don't know about you, Scotty, but this seems like the last what, 8 laps?
Yeah, we've got a 9-lap sprint ahead of us.
Oh, can't count.
Yeah, and with the chaos that we've seen so far, as Easy Bro taking a lot slower restart than what we saw last time, so he may go before the bus stop chicane. Just got to be careful not to increase and decrease his speed too much.
As he's gone early, like Cake last night, he's gone very early.
And it's worked. He nearly gapped Verk by a second, so brilliant restart from him. As we go around the final corner to start lap 14, Verk now nearly a second out, so absolutely perfect restart. Any close battles? I think we've got. I think that's
Cat is very close.
So Shadow on the inside. We've got a double move. The Mercedes.
Oh,
Didn't quite get the run. He sort of got boxed in a little bit, so that will help Lindsay get the move back past him. Do they go side by side? No, they managed to fall back in line. But
Lindsay's going to make a 3 wide.
Could be carnage.
Oh my god.
They're still right. Lindsay's currently the head. That is the head car. But as we go, they still go side by side. Mercedes gives the room. So
and someone spun
at the back. I think Richo. Unfortunately, as we're still cars all over the shop. So Lindsay manages to get the move done. And that's Shadow. He's around and he's taken a few cars. So that's McLaren wide. That's Tetris. He's having a bit of a spin. So whether these guys have got damage, Shadow goes a little bit wide. You knew that was going to end in chaos at some point, and it has. So quickly switching back. Easy Bro's run away with it. 1.7 second lead. Verk has not been able to go with him on the restart. JJ picks up a 3 second time penalty in 6, so that will hurt him. Bompton is looking closest to have a move at our second place driver at the moment.
As Bompton is on the button. He seems to be on it a bit. He's thinking about a move. Ooh.
Yeah, those mediums looking really nice at the moment. He thinks about the outside. Does the McLaren maybe move over to the left a bit too much? But Bompton will have to have another go at it. And that's Staines. That's in the middle. So these guys. And that's another car. So there's another 2, and that is our third safety car.
Look at those 4 cars, just all
right on board with bloody who cares. This saves him because he had to box on the restart. But what has happened there? There's obviously been side-by-side contact. The cars are all gone, unfortunately. But as you saw,
you can see Staines still on that wall.
Just absolutely chaos. And that's a pit lane cut if I've ever seen one from Shadow. Too bad. I'm unfortunate that I've had to do that to a fellow Alfa Romeo driver, but that's a complete cut, so expect a penalty coming his way.
I mean, he's still going to get at least, 3 points for finishing P13?
I was going to say, you're going to get plenty. Anyone that finishes now is going to get plenty of points. And I thought 6 DNFs from last night were going to be plenty. We've now got 7 DNFs.
Oh, well.
So we had 5
6
DNFs. No, 6. Yeah, I'm not going to make sure that my maths is right with how crazy this race is. So 6 last night, 6 tonight, and we still got about 5 laps of racing left to do. But what do the leaders do? Do they think about going to the soft tyre? Or would you rather track position? Unfortunately, being in that midfield is a little bit dangerous, so you may want track position.
Yeah, personally, I'm a bit of a track position guy, but I'm not the engineer for anyone tonight, so I guess they have to make their own decision, or maybe their TPs will be shouting at them to do this or to do that, so I guess we will see.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, both of your 2 Alpine drivers are out of the race.
Yeah, it's just because I'm not in there. I'm not engineering them properly.
Yeah. Well, we thought that before we went live tonight, that you'd be up here. Easy Bro throwing the fake. Burke wasn't biting. Bompton's not.
Yeah, a bit too far back.
Bompton, I would have thought he would have been possibly the one to come in with being the oldest tyres and the mediums, so they wouldn't be great, but he's thinking track position as well. We only got 1 driver in at the moment, so I'm thinking these guys have just stopped, so he may come out still in 10th. I think on a set of mediums, interestingly enough, so he's not confident the softs will get to the end, but he'll jump out in 10th on a fresh set of mediums. He's not looking too bad as well, but as I saw in the chat, Lindsay, P5 on a still relatively fresh set of mediums, he's definitely going to be the one to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll have a couple of happy people in the chat. I know Buster was one of them about the Haas driver being up so high, but yeah, you got the likes of Blue Dog, Burke and Izzy-Bro on the hard tyre, and then a lot of guys behind, they're on fresh medium tyres. in Bompton. He might be on the faster tyre, but they've gone 9 laps. So they won't exactly be happy.
And a lot of teams not going to be scoring very many points tonight. Seems like us in the Alpine is not going to be one of them again. Tier 3 doesn't seem to be our strong suit at the moment.
Yeah. Alfa Romeo have got 1 car in the points at the moment. So, as I said, if he finishes and we have a couple more DNFs, still some good points for the teams. Overall constructor standings, which as of the end of last week at Silverstone, McLaren absolutely dominating, and they've still got 2 cars in this race. With
and one in P2.
Arch. Yeah, exactly. And then Ferrari have only got the 1, Blue Dog P4. But surprisingly enough, we've still got the top 3 in the championship in this race, and they're all in the top 4. So those 3 have done really well staying out of the danger. Blue Dog might be a little bit lucky that he's up there, but he's still in this race. I think we will go 1 more lap, however.
Ooh, I don't know, that Alfa Romeo might get there just before the pit lane.
It's going to be a late call if it does. No, it'll be staying out 1 more lap. Which is probably good.
Yeah.
So currently only 13 still running at the moment. We've had 2 disqualifications, Ads and Nato Bien. Disqualified, both getting beached. Unfortunately, Nato Bien just trying to trying to recover from a spin, and unfortunately just drove that slightly a little bit backwards, and then they just game disqualified him from driving wrong way. Definitely a bit tough. As Arch comes in, probably for a new set of softs, might not be a bad call, because he was at the back of the train anyway. And then Gordo, unfortunately, he was in that fight for the top 3, but his wheel disconnected and had a 300-kilometre crash and took somehow only 1 wheel off, but even then, that's a DNF, so what could have been for Gordo. And then Deli Fuller and Sandra... No, Deli Fuller was, I think, on his own at the start of the back straight at Sector 3, just losing it on the curb. And then the reason why we're under this recent safety car is Staines and Sandro Pro lost it at turn 17, which is flat out and not normally a place where you'd have an accident, but from what we can guess, there was side-by-side contact, and both of them ended up in the wall, and a few cars receiving damage as well.
Yeah, I believe there was a couple more involved in that Staines and Sandro incident.
Yeah, and that's probably the only major stuff that we can remember, because it's probably been a whole lot more, but we just can't quite remember.
I do remember Spopton having a spin right at the start of the race, and he's back up in P3, so
yeah,
definitely a good comeback from him.
Yeah, exactly. And Blue Dog nearly died off the exit of turn 9. Somehow he survived without damage, I'm assuming. So, but he's still up there. Being consistent, it doesn't matter how he gets to the checkered flag, but as long as he gets to the checkered flag and keeps scoring points, he's in this championship.
Exactly, that's the aim.
So, safety car should be in this lap. We do have the green light on the safety car, so we'll watch Izzy Bro again. Aced the restart last time. Verk, I reckon, will be a little bit more wary to when he goes. So, watch Verk stop his tyre warm up a little bit earlier. As we can see, the field in the one shot. So it's going to be a hectic final 6 laps. 5 laps, I should say. As we've got all the cars going about 70 k's an hour.
Seems like it's going to be another slow... Oh, and he's already gone. He's gone.
And he's massively catch Verk. Oh, safety cars. Oh, now this is interesting. Oh, there's been an absolute chaotic restart, I should say. So I don't remember seeing the safety car restart sign. Ooh,
yeah, neither do I, but...
Yeah, it just came in. So Izzy Bro must have left a gap Yeah, this is going to get talked about after the race, so Bompton was the big loser of that.
Yeah, must have spun or something. I
Yeah.
didn't really catch it.
Yeah, with the green light on the safety car, I thought we were good, but obviously not, and that's affected this race plenty. So
Cody's being Cody's, I guess.
Cody's being Cody's. We'll have to wait and see. So looking further down the field, it looks like everyone's still going. I don't know if people have damage. It was just Bompton, unfortunately. He's still going. Doesn't look like he's got damage, but he was definitely on the grass. No one pick up penalties as Bloody Who Cares gets the move done, and Tetris gets the move done on Richo. So Richo, he's just struggling. So will there be... So he might be a little bit of blockade. He might have a bit of damage off that restart.
Yeah, as I didn't even see before, Bopton, 11 lap old mediums. I'm not sure if he'll be able to still make it to the end.
Yeah, exactly. But he would have been up in third, but he now doesn't have a tyre advantage around with the guys around him, and there's contact between the Haas and the Ferrari. Lindsay just pushing his way through, and he's into third. As we've got a spin, I think, at the back, and I think that's Shadow, but we'll stay on board with Blue Dog because he lost the place with Lindsay, and now he's got JJ right behind him, as we're right on board with JJ, completely burning his ERS. I think, pretty sure Blue Dog is as well. He is. Oh, got a better exit. Super, a little bit too wide off that, but will he send it down the inside at the bus stop? He won't. He'll sit behind. So Blue Dog just struggling on this opening lap. Lindsay done a brilliant job. I'll bring up the penalties. We've only got 2 people with 3-second time penalties, which will hurt JJ and Bloody Who Cares. Easy Bro's gone. He's got the second lead that he needs with 4 laps to go. But we'll have to watch Blue Dog now. DRS won't be activated until the next lap, so he needs to stay within the 1 second.
It's not over yet, though. Lindsay Gamers could still pick up P2 with Verk on 2 warnings.
Yeah, exactly. But Verk's nearly got a 3-second over this field. So, as Bompton and Richo... So, Bompton gets the move done even before the corner. So, had a better exit out of 4. So, he's...
Somehow those 12-lap-old mediums are still working.
Yeah, exactly. He's recovered. A little bit, but yeah, that restart really hurt him. He was looking on for a possible podium as well. But we've got a little bit of a train behind Lindsay Games at the moment. But this be a great podium if he can score it. But as we said, still a lot to happen with 3.5 laps to go. And I think that's JJ right on the back of Blue Dog. So quickly move the tyres back on. JJ 4 laps fresher and the softer tyre as well. So we'll see if he can get a nice run. It's about equal through here. So he isn't able to get a nice enough run out of 15. So on board, will he send it down the inside? Oh, he's in the middle of the track, but still not close enough. But Blue Dog goes wide. Bompton picks up the 3-second time penalty, unfortunately, trying to fight his way back through as ERS is now enabled. So Blue Dog is in half a second as we've got Christo and Tetris fighting into turn 1. Tetris gets the move done. Christo might have a better run, but we'll quickly switch back up to this battle for P3. So Blue Dog will have DRS on Lindsay Games. They've got about the same ARS, and Blue Dog's burning straight away. So the Haas...
Lindsay covers the inside.
Yeah. Automatically covers the inside, but he fights on the inside. Still manages to hold the position, which is really good to see. Will Blue Dog think about a move? Not quite. But Lindsay did a really good job covering the inside and then carrying enough speed through the corner and making the corner as well. So top 2 rocketed away. So they'll be the first 2 on the podium if nothing happens. But it's going to be this final fight on the podium. JJ sort of out of it, being that he's got the 3-second time penalty. So I reckon it's
he's going to drop a farewell back.
Exactly.
He'll drop to 7th.
Yeah, and with these 2 fighting, it's sort of helping the guys behind sort of stick to this train.
Yeah, exactly.
So Lindsay had a
JJ
better.
does seem quite quick, quite
Yeah.
close to Blue Dog right now.
Yeah, I think Blue Dog might have made a little bit of mistake. He's having to burn to get close and covered JJ. So maybe a little mistake in that middle sector.
JJ is burning a bit. He's very close. He thought about it. He pulled out.
Yeah, he's done that the last few laps. Easy Bro, he sets the fastest lap on the old set of hards, so that's what pace he's been having. So might see him in here in a couple of minutes' time, but very close.
JJ goes very deep, nearly runs into the back of Blue Dog there.
Yeah, Blue Dog needs to get the exit out of here, but all these men, they're slowly starting to lose battery. All three, when JJ gets another 3 seconds, so that's going to drop him back even further. So he might stay out of this fight.
Going for a move on Lindsay, gets it done before the corner.
We're going to use whatever left.
Blue Dog.
Yeah, he used whatever ERS he had left. But Lindsay won't let this go. He wants this podium.
I've got to say, there's been some great racing since when we've been green. It's been great racing, but apart from that, not much else.
Yeah, Easy Bro currently 33% ERS. For people that would like to know his ERS, but I think he's pretty safe with the 2.5 second gap that he's got. He now knows that he doesn't have to push super hard, so if he was on any warnings or close to a penalty, he now doesn't have to. Yellow flag at the back,
Shadow spins.
But not too bad if he can keep it back on track. Still 13th place, still a couple of points to his name. So this time we're going to be on the final lap. Next time by, Blue Dog will be the one in front. JJ thinking about the move on the half, so we may see a move down at the bus stop. Oh, he's already on the inside, nearly on the grass.
JJ's decided to stick his nose in a little bit, making Lindsay think.
Exactly. Oh, and I was going to say Tetris was going to have a nice run on him, but he spun at the final corner, so he won't be involved in this battle now.
Oh, as JJ's gone for a little bit of a move on Lindsay. Lindsay's gone very wide, nearly up onto the orange little sausage curve there. But down to Radion, going up to Eau Rouge.
Problem is,
other way around.
Yeah. Problem is none of these guys have battery, so the DRS might be enough for Lindsay. We're right on board. Just burning, but there's nothing to burn. And Blue Dog seems to have the better straight line speed, only just. But this battle won't go till the final corner. JJ picks up another penalty, so he's up to 9. So this may be close to dropping him out of the 10.
Yeah, he goes very, very wide as well, JJ.
Yeah, I think he's just pushing to stay with this lot, hoping for a mistake, but that's sort of cost him. Quick time penalty update, JJ with 9, Bompton 3, bloody who cares with 3. All Blue Dog gone slightly wide. You know, Lindsay, if he sees the gap, if they see a gap, they'll go for it.
Might try to pick him up. Oh, he thought about it on the outside.
Yeah, Blue Dog really struggling in this sector, so we may have three cars at the final bus stop. He got a better run, Lindsay. He's got to be pushing Blue Dog through the final corner.
It's going to be a big dive, I can feel it.
Yeah.
They've both ran wide. Lindsay's
gone
off the track there.
Side by side, a little bit of contact. Just Blue Dog hang around. This is for the podium. Izzy Bro does win. Still contact. As we cross the line now, I think Blue Dog does get it. So Blue Dog gets the 3rd position, final spot on the podium. We'll quickly switch back to Izzy Bro. He wins the race. So that was pretty comfortable in the end. 2.5 seconds. Burke in P2. Lost the lead on that restart to Izzy Bro, and then just didn't quite have enough. But the battle that we were looking at the end, Blue Dog, Lindsay, fantastic fighting between those two. The move for Lindsay on Blue Dog, thought possibly the move was on, side by side, bit of touching, but Blue Dog in the end gets the position.
Bit of argy-bargy.
Yeah, exactly, argy-bargy, but I said fantastic race from those two. Shadow does get drive of the day. That's the games. He probably moved up a few positions. Probably not the driver of the day, possibly. He had a bit of a struggle this one, but again, he got good points. But Easy Bro, didn't see much of him at the end of that race, but he carries on his winning form. Won both races.
2 in a row.
I'd say 3 in a row because he won both races last week out.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's on 3, and he extends his championship lead. Luckily for the two chasing, Blue Dog and Verk, they're actually still on the podium. So top 3 in the championship, the top 3 on the podium.
Yeah, potential. Maybe as he needs to have a go in Tier 2, he's making it. I don't want to say he's making it look a bit easy for Tier 3, but 3 wins in a row, your first 3 starts.
Exactly. Verk didn't make it easy for him, and then obviously, unfortunate what happened to Gordo early on. It would have been fascinating to see what they could have done, what they would have been able to do in that battle. But Izzy Bro is your winner, and he does pick up that fastest lap point as well. So again, just showing how quick he is, and he got it by 7/10 over Verk. But Verk and Blue Dog, they round out the podium. Blue Dog just getting there by just over 1/10 and a half. So, but Lindsay, you can't say much about his drive. It was pretty great, and he nearly got that podium. But Christo gets P5. Bompton recovers after that restart to P6. Tetris 7th, Richer 8th, JJ 9th, Arch rounds out the 10, and Gilcat, bloody who cares, Shadow was our final finisher in 13th, and then all the retirement stains, Sandro Pro, Deadly Fuller, Ads, and then Gordo 18th, and Nado Bien was disqualified, unfortunately, for going the wrong way while trying to recover from a spin. But again, fantastic race, and I think we've got all 3 of our drivers in. No, we've just got 2, so we're just waiting on Verk if he is going to join us.
He may not. He should be in the party. He's already got a podium this year.
Yeah, I can't remember if he joined or not, so we'll have to wait and see. But what we might do is we might interview our 3rd place getter first, Blue Dog. That was some battle at the end, but you managed to pinch the final podium spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had a pretty crappy quali, to be fair. I think I got my spin out the way in quali, so that was all good, which sort of set me up for an okay kind of race. And yeah, I was just like fortunate. Lap 1, turn 1, I was lucky not to. I just missed all the carnage at turn 1, and that like punched me from, I think, well, I don't know, 11th to 6th or something like that. And then, people were sort of spinning and making little mistakes like left, right, and centre, which sort of, I guess, set me up, to be honest. And then I just stuck to my strategy, and yeah, at the end, that was a bit sweaty with Lindsay, and had to, fight hard and fair. I thought, and yeah, that was some damn sweaty last couple of laps, let me tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Before Blues may have a question for you, we will have to ask because we both mentioned it. Your little off that you had at turn 9, I think after the first safety car restart, how did you not bin it there?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question, and that was all my own doing. And I think it was Verk and Lindsay like having like very, very close together, and I was right there too. So yeah, there was no contact. I just lost the rear a little bit, and sort of sent me straight across the track, and I sort of braked, crossed my wheel, and hoped that I thought I was going to lose a wheel, to be honest, but yeah, it just ended up hitting the rears into the wall, no damage or anything, and was just lucky to still be pointing the right way, and then obviously try and get back on the track and all that sort of stuff as safely as possible, and to try get back up to speed, and that's about the end of that one. But yeah, that certainly gave me a little fright.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, we thought you were gone too, but Blues, anything to add on Blue Dog's race?
Not much. It pretty much covers everything. I'm still shocked on how you saved that car, to be honest. I thought that
So
was
am
a
I.
for sure retirement. But amazing race. Very entertaining battle with Lindsay at the end. I thought it may have been a bit pushy shovey, but obviously none of you guys DNF'd, none of you guys spun, so I guess it's all fair.
I'm pretty sure we both had our elbows out, to be honest, and so all is fair in love and war. Is that what they say?
Yeah, something like
Pretty
that.
much, yeah, pretty much it.
But that was some good fun. Bit sweaty, but good fun.
Yeah.
Exactly. But again, congratulations. Hungary next week. Will we see the good form there continue? Because you're third in the championship, but unfortunately for you, the top two, Izzy-Bro and Verk, are still on that podium. So there's a little bit of ground to them, but Hungary next week, obviously a completely different track to this one. Very tight and twisty, very hard to make overtakes. So how do you reckon you'll go there?
Historically, in other leagues, I do okay around Hungary, especially if it's wet. But we'll see how that plays out, and I'm just happy to be to snag a podium because I really didn't think off quali, I really didn't think I'd finish where I finished. So I'm just happy with that and glad to bring home some points after Gordo unfortunately DNF'd. So at least bring some points home for Ferrari. So I'm happy in that respect. But on to next week. She'll be right, and hopefully the form continues. And Verk and Izzy, on both those restarts. I mean, well, I'm not too sure what happened on the second restart there, but it was sort of stop start, start stop. So I don't know if the safety car was all the way in or whatever, but I'll leave that to a steward to decide whatever. But yeah, looking forward to next week. Should be good.
Yeah, no worries. But again, congrats again on your podium, and we'll see you next week.
No worries. Cheers, boys.
Blues, you want to introduce our race winner, third race win in a row?
The man, the myth, legend, Izzy-Bro. How was that, man?
Mate, they gotta fix this fucking game, eh? That restart was ridiculous. The safety, the Cody's just stopped me. Completely stopped me.
It seemed from what we were talking about in the comms box that the lights on the safety car went green, like the safety car's coming in, and then it went, and then once you got about to the bus stop, you stopped again. We were like, what's going on?
Yeah, it just stopped. Like I was full acceleration, and it just stopped. It wouldn't let me go. So it was kind of annoying, but then it was even more annoying that it stopped me for a good 3-4 seconds, which would have ruined a lot of people at the back there. So not my fault, but absolute pain in the ass restart. So I can understand why some boys would be pissed off.
Yes. But amazing race. You seemed to stick behind. It seemed like you didn't have the pace for Verk at the start of the race, but then at the end of the race, you just pulled away from him.
I generally run a race setup instead of a quali setup, and I kind of, seeing the times that were happening, I thought some of the boys might be running really low wings, and I know boys do run really low wings here, 0.2s and all that sort of jazz. I actually run 12.9.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it just allows me to get in front of everyone before the DRS zone. So there's a odd tip. So I get away from everyone before the DRS zone, so they can't really catch me on the straight, but I can make time up in the middle sector. So that's where I had him. I knew I had him in the middle sector, and I think on a safety car restart, he got a bit close to Lindsay, went wide. I sort of went inside him, covered him off, and then I think about a turn later, I had Lindsay sorted as well, and pushed out to a 2-3 second lead, and then fucking safety cars that just kept coming and annoying me, so I had to get creative again to get away from him. He was quick.
Yeah, I've got to say that was an amazing performance, but I do have a question.
Yeah.
Was there any alcohol in you tonight, or was
There
it a fully
wasn't.
sober?
Well, yeah, no, hang on. I got smashed last night. Like, I'm talking 2 bottles of red and a few bloody gins. So I was absolutely munted. So I have been dripping in sweat. So I'm probably still drunk, but nowhere near where I was last week, where I was on my way.
Yeah, well, at least you know you can do it in any kind of conditions now.
I was sweating tonight. That Burke, man, he's quick, and I kept watching the Delta drop on the straights, and he'd almost get half a second on me on the straights, but in the in the middle sector, I'd almost get to almost 10, sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse
Well,
me.
Scotty, anything else to add?
You pretty much covered it, obviously. Unfortunate for Gordo having his wheel disconnected, so it would have been very interesting to see what he would have been like, because he had the same pace as you and Verk, but...
Yeah, he was quick as, but man, I watched that happen. I was like, how the fuck did that happen? He was like, he was on a straight, he was looking good, and then he just went bang in the wall and went, and then I think I heard you guys in the chat say, oh, there must have been contact. I didn't touch him.
Yeah, that's sort of what we thought, because as you just said, it's a very unique spot. And then when Mash in the chat said that he had a wheel connection, I thought, yeah, that'd be right. He's gone up he's gone up the hill and then wheel disconnected, which means he's just gone straight ahead. So
I think he's got a good tenth or two in me, quicker than me, Gordo. I think he's pretty quick, but I'm sure when he puts it together, he'll be skyrocketing up the championship.
yeah, exactly. As we saw, he did score that podium round 1, and then obviously, unfortunately, missed last week. But yeah, he's definitely going to be right up there in this championship. But Hungary next week, probably going to be a little bit more sweaty for you, considering that there's no massive straights for you, that you can have a bit of a break. So, nice track for you, or one that you sort of despise a little bit?
Yeah, I like it. I like that track. It just doesn't. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's kind of a track that penalties come into play. I do like it. It's just a matter of whether I can put it together on the day, but I'm not sure where these other boys are for speed as well. It's not a track for controllers, so any of the boys on controllers might be struggling.
Yeah, that's me.
That will be me as well. So, but we'll see how we go next week.
You heard on that track with controllers, I can imagine.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember last time I raced there, I had a bit of cramp in my thumbs after that race.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I prefer technical tracks like that. I don't like big long straights. I usually run higher wings than most.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, I think that's everything, right, Scotty?
Yeah, that'd be it. So congratulations, 3 in a row. Obviously, you'll try and make it 4 next week. But again, congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
No worries, boys. Thanks for putting it on, and go Red Bull.
Cheers.
Bye.
All right, so we'll quickly mention about Verk, unable to join us tonight, but a quick word on his performance. Obviously, just nicking that pole position, and then during the race, he was right up there. Sort of lost that position to Izzy Bro and trying to get past Lindsay, and then sort of just couldn't quite have the speed at the end. But I think, in my opinion, Verk pretty much drove nearly flawlessly, except for that one little mistake. I don't know about you, Blues, but I don't think I really saw any massive mistakes from him otherwise.
Nah, he was pretty clean the whole race.
Yeah, and as I said before, he keeps his championship fight still going, only loses the one spot to Izzy, so this is going to be a nail biter between those two, and Blue Dog can't count him out. But we did see a lot of quick guys here tonight. Lindsay nearly getting that podium, just P4. Would have been a brilliant drive from the Haas driver, but yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up tonight, this afternoon, I should say. Any more that you have to say about what we just witnessed in these last 45 minutes?
Bring on the chaos for Tier 2.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we can say. Blurs, thank you very much for joining me tonight. We'll obviously see you in a couple of hours' time for Tier 2. So we'll see if it's any more fun than what we saw tonight.
Yeah, hoping to extend my lead, but we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, thanks for joining me this afternoon, and obviously good luck tonight. Hopefully you have a bit more luck than your teammates in Alpine. But again, it was just a bit of a crazy race this afternoon. But we do it once again on the Inters Racing League Twitch channel in a couple of hours' time. For Tier 2, and then we've got Tier 1 tomorrow afternoon from 5 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So until then, I've been Scotty, and we'll see you later tonight for Tier 2, and then next week for Tier 3 at Hungary. So until then, see you next week.
See you.